Dhamma is another word for nature. When we talk about practicing the Dhamma, then this means living in accordance with nature, having attitudes in accordance with nature, with the way things are. In its essence, Dhamma means, in its origins, that which upholds or that which integrates, that which supports. So it's the ordering principle of the universe, of our minds, our bodies, the world around us, the whole physical cosmos. That which brings things together, integrates. So when we're practicing Dhamma, then it's an active way, working with this body, this mind, to be in tune with that fundamental reality. We experience discord, incompleteness, frustration, irritation, sadness, suffering, on account of not being in accord with that fundamental nature, that fundamental quality. We see this life, this body, this mind in terms of an individual person. I am this mind, I am this body, I am this personality. This is my life, my story, my world. And even though those impressions are natural enough, those attitudes are very deeply ingrained, the Buddha's teaching and the practice helps it to be seen that these are a superficial point of view, like saying the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It only seems to because of the turning of the earth. The sun isn't rising and setting, it's because the earth turns, that is the appearance of things. Similarly, we appear to be these individuals. My thoughts, my feelings, my body, I'm the owner of these arms and legs, this head, this voice. It's a seeming, an appearing. So practicing Dhamma, it's important to understand, is training the mind, training the attitudes to let go of those superficial, deeply ingrained habits, those ways of seeing things that are the inheritance of our animal ancestry, our human family ancestry, our language, our thinking, conditioning of society, to see things from a Dhamma-centered point of view rather than a self-centered point of view. To see things in terms of Dhamma, to see things with the eye of Dhamma. That quality of awakened awareness, that quality of knowing, which is an attribute of our hearts, a quality of our hearts, an ability to observe, to be awake, to know, free of bias, free of confusion, free of that kind of conditioning. That's possible. This is what the Buddha's teaching indicates, and what our practice can reveal. At the beginning of a retreat period like this, group practice here at the end of the Vasa 2020, this very unusual year, as with most retreats, I like to begin by emphasizing the importance, the need to ground the view in Dhamma, to see things with right view, to bring attention to the views that are habitual, how the mind tends to think in terms of my body, my age, my name, my story, my gender, my role in society, my role in the community. to bring that front center, to look at that and to see, well, if those are taken to be absolute truths, I am a man, or I am a Theravada Buddhist, or this is Hertfordshire, if these are taken to be absolute realities, then it's important to challenge that. Say, well, according to the teachings, the practice, this is just the seeming of things. The feeling of ownership of these thoughts, these emotions, these memories, these sensations. That's a seeming, an appearance. But to begin a retreat period, to make the effort, set the intention to establish right view, seeing with the eye of Dhamma, rather than seeing things in terms of self-view. And even if those habits are so strongly ingrained that we don't seem to be able to get any kind of perspective on it at all, just to be able to recognize, wow, that just seems so real. This me, the owner, me, the doer, me, this person, seems so strong, so inarguable. Look at that. Wow, that seems so convincing. Right there is the establishment of right view. Even though the seeming is really convincing, to know this is an appearance, it is a seeming. To bring that into consciousness, to raise that suggestion, is a way of training the mind to see in that way, to challenge the assumptions, to challenge the habits, to establish right view, seeing with the eye of Dhamma. The material world is the most obvious, tangible aspect of nature. For pretty much everybody, every human being, that's almost invariably the case. The physical world, the buildings we walk around in, these bodies that we move about, sitting, standing, walking, lying down, the rupa khanda, the physical form, material form, is the most obvious aspect of the natural order. So in establishing right view, and a skillful, easy, natural place to start is with this physical body, this chunk of the material world that we call me and mine, this rupa khanda. It's very easy to be distracted and preoccupied with the mental world, our ideas, our thoughts, our memories, our moods and feelings, attitudes, liking, disliking, worrying. They can preoccupy our attention. But it's usually most helpful to counteract that habit of getting lost, getting preoccupied with thoughts and feelings and mental proliferations, to consciously bring attention to the body, to this rupa khanda. It's far more tangible, visible. And whereas in our thoughts and our emotions we can create an imagined future or a remembered past or fantasized images of other possibilities, different times, different places, the physical body is always right here in the present, can't be anywhere else. So to bring attention to this body, to know, to feel, to attend to this body, is an absolutely direct way of keying the attention into the Dhamma, the Paccuppanna Dhamma, the reality of the present moment, The body never drifts into the past or the future. It's always absolutely present in the Paccuppanna, the here and now. So the easiest and most direct way of establishing right view, I would say, is to heartfully, consistently bring attention to this body. As we sit here in the temple or various places around Amaravati, our socially distanced group retreat, every one of us, for every one of us there's the experience of this physical body. There's a hearing of the sound of my voice, maybe seeing the image of me sitting here in front of the shrine. But that's happening within the context of the physical body. The ears hear, the eyes see. The nerves in our skin, in the proprioceptive organs, feel weight, they feel texture of the cloth or the shape of the cushion we're sitting on or the chair. There's the felt sense of the body right here, right now. This is the chunk of the material world that is most tangible, closest, most immediate. And also this body and this mind are closely, intimately intertwined, interrelated. Therefore, at the beginning of a retreat period, a time of formal practice, more focused, consistent, extensive formal practice, it's always useful to give a good amount of attention, a substantial amount of this first day to feeling, attending to the presence of the body. How is it? How is it being held? What's our posture like? Taking time to sweep the attention through the body, to feel the muscles of your face and your neck and shoulders, your chest and your abdomen, the belly, your arms and hands, the hip joints, your thighs, your knees, the lower legs, your ankles and your feet. Feeling the presence of this whole body. Noticing where there's heaviness or the body slumped over, listless, crumpled. Notice that crumpled feeling or that heavy, energyless, listless feeling. Notice that. Bring attention to that. Invite more energy into the body. Invite the spine to straighten, to lengthen to its full, comfortable, natural limit. So the body is sitting in an upright, alert way. If the feelings of the body incline in the opposite direction, to being more tense and rigid, tight and stressed, notice that. Bring attention to that. Stressing in your hip joints, in your neck, your belly, notice that. And then working with a skillful attitude, with right view, rather than I'm too tight, I should loosen up, I need to relax. Just let the power of attention, awareness, have its own effect. Just as if you notice the body is slumped over, rather than I should sit up straight, I need more energy. Just bringing attention to that slumped feeling. Let the awareness, the attention, have its own effect. Watch the body straighten, stretch on its own. Or if there's an excess of tightness and stressing, watch the body relax on its own. Your abdomen softening, your neck losing its tension, your shoulders dropping a little. Those adjustments come from the effect of awareness being brought to the living system. That's a natural result. And bringing attention to the body in this way, establishing a skillful posture, then the result of bringing awareness to the body, sweeping that attention from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, back through the body, up and down. The presence of this attention, this awareness, then helps there to be a natural balance between energy and relaxation. The body finds its own balance. By seeing with the eye of Dhamma, then the natural order is enabled to flourish. Things find their balance more perfectly, more completely. Work with this, experiment with this, see for yourself how that operates. Notice that when we come from the place of I should, I must, I've got to, even with the best of intentions, it creates more stress, more anxiety, more dukkha. And in those moments where the action or the change is initiated, is coming from mindfulness and wisdom, that heartful attunement to the present, notice how that those adjustments, those changes bring peacefulness. They bring that quality of integrity, integration, that balancing. See for yourself. See how this works.